Beauty. Today I'm in downtown Vancouver at the MAC Pro store on Robson with Klaudette. Hi. Klaudette is going to show me around the store and help me pick some products for my professional makeup kit. So most of my clientele is brides. I do tons of weddings, special events, and some photo shoots as well. I really found this year there's been a huge trend for really like flawless looking but natural skin.
Yes.
Can you help me pick a couple of skincare products and perhaps some concealers and foundations that would be good for that type of client?
Yeah, sounds good. I know exactly what we're gonna try today. The first thing I want to recommend, specifically for that like perfect, flawless base, it's gonna be our Real Serumizer. This is serum and moisturizing hybrid. It has what we call our 4-product infusion. It has hyaluronic acid, it has niacinamide, ceramides, and it also has an exclusive ingredient that's kind of like our like little holy grail in this whole skincare line, which is Japanese peeling extract. All those ingredients are gonna really give you a very beautiful like glow from within kind of finish to the skin, but also a lot of hydration. The niacinamide helps with like texture, not only immediately but also over time. So it's also a good product to have for like personal use. You can use it like for your skin over time. It's gonna help like reduce redness, strengthen the skin barrier, and just overall give you a really good hydration and a really good base. This whole line was meant to be used for both artist and personal use. It's meant to perform well under makeup, but it's also meant to be used by self-skincare. So it's like the main product that I would recommend, the Real Serumizer. I think the next product that I would recommend would be our Fix Plus. Either the regular or the Magic Radiance, specifically for a lot of glow. Magic Radiance because it has a little bit more hydration, has vitamin C and hyaluronic acid for a little bit more hydration to the skin, or the regular Fix Plus, which is honestly a go-to for every single makeup artist kit. If you don't have this in your kit, I don't know what you're doing. Multitasking spray, setting spray, you can use it to mix in with your stuff. There's a lot of things that Fix Plus can do for you. So this is definitely a kit must-have, but also personal use, amazing. Another product that I really love for like a very beautiful, flawless, more like dewy sort of skin is the Strobe Dewy Tint. I love to use this. It's a very sheer coverage style of product, but it's very thin. And I love to apply this specifically like underneath.
This one's popular. This is what I said in one of my previous videos.
Yeah, very sheer coverage, but if you apply this like underneath your foundation, specifically, for example, like on the high tops of the cheek or something like that.
So glowing.
For like a lot of glow. Wonderful, amazing. I love it, I love it.
We're gonna move over to the concealers now, and I'm on the hunt for a really nice hydrating concealer that doesn't crease.
Perfect one that we have. We just launched this concealer a couple months ago. It's the Studio Radiance Concealer. So this concealer is 80% skincare, so it's a lot of skincare and hydration that goes into your skin. It is also a self-set concealer, so it does increase itself, it sets by itself. So this is one of those products that a little bit goes a long way.
Okay.
But I love this concealer. It's actually the concealer that I'm wearing today.
Oh really?
I love it, I love it. I know it's gonna feel so creamy and not like thick.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It does feel similar to the Lancome one that I really like this year. That's like a serum concealer. And I've definitely seen this year there's a big trend of like skincare and makeup being mixed together, and it's so much nicer.
It has kind of like a more medium buildable kind of coverage, so it's very customizable, very versatile. And we have over 40 shades.
Wow.
So the shade range is amazing.
I always find it hard to pick the colors for my kit.
That is...
It's like lightest, pinkest, yellowest, orangest, and then the darkest.
And then the darker.
Yeah, I'm like, that'll do. I'll mix it. So cream blush has been all the rage this year, so what does MAC have to offer for that?
We have our Glow Play Bouncy Cream Blushes. They feel very, as the name bouncy when you touch them. They're our cream formula. It's part of our Glow Play line. So it's all about high glow but low coverage and low pigment. It's a little bit more like a sheer formula, more for like a very natural sort of use. Wonderful for personal use, but for your kit, you're gonna have a lot of variety of products. A very buildable sort of like finish. This is one of our bestseller colors. This is called Grand. It's a more like corally sort of like color.
So hydrating also.
So hydrating, and this is for consumers. I love to recommend this for the person who's really like on the go, because it's such a blendable formula that you literally need to like go with your finger, blend it out, and it's gonna look good regardless. Another one of our bestsellers is Blush Please, which is this color right here.
Very natural looking.
It's the most natural looking out of all of them, I would say, for sure. a very like rosy, like natural, kind of like
beautiful,
more like blushed, rosy kind of look. Has a lot of skin loving ingredients as well. Very, very hydrating, very, very high and glowy as everything that we've been looking so far. A lot of beautiful colors. Something for every single skin tone. Something for every single skin tone, which is wonderful.
So I really feel like this year there's been a lot more awareness of makeup for hooded eyes and lining the upper waterline. What would be the best product for that, as I find that it comes off easily?
I'm gonna show you a couple of different products, but the first thing I wanna, the first product that I always apply specifically on hooded eye is our 24-hour extended eye base. This is a primer for your eyelids. It prevents a lot of creasing with anything that you put on the eye. Really prevents transferring, and it also helps with like eyeshadows, for example. The color stays very true to itself, so you don't lose pigment. This is a very, honestly, a little bit goes a long way with this one.
Does it have color to it?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It's fully transparent. So it blends out with no color to it, but it has quite like a sticky kind of like texture.
Okay.
So everything that you put on it will like adhere quite nicely. Even though it's sticky, it doesn't make your eyeshadow like patchy.
Right.
Or anything like that, which is wonderful. So I always like to start with something like this.
Perfect.
And then I like to move on with our eyeliners. One of them is our brushstroke liner, which is our liquid liner. We have it in black and brown. It's a water resistant, very, very, very fine eyeliner. It gives you a lot of pigment. Even though it's water resistant, it's not fully like transfer proof or like waterproof. I honestly don't find that it's like transfer proof with water. I've been in like heavy rain, I've cried my eyes off wearing this eyeliner and it doesn't move.
Perfect for brides.
Yeah, perfect for brides, that's for sure. We also have it in the brown. It's very like, obviously for that consumer or for that artist who wants like a more subtle sort of like eyeliner. But these work really nicely. And if you want something for the waterline specifically, our Color Access liners are definitely going to be the way to go.
Okay.
It's a gel liner, but it's definitely like waterproof, transfer proof. It's all the proofs.
All the proofs.
All the proofs. Have it in a lot of different colors. Definitely glider and eye are go-to black.
Black for sure.
It's a very, very, very soft liner, so it glides on your eye on your hand pretty easily. It provides you a lot of pigment, and these set on your eye in between 60 to 90 seconds. Oh, wow. So you definitely have to work quick with them if you want to blend them up or anything. But for the waterline, love them.
Perfect. So I find that so many of my clients, particularly brides, absolutely love pillow talk. What does MAC have in terms of similar shades or better shades?
Oh, we have a couple of different shades that I can show you. In terms of something that's similar to Pillow Talk, one of my favorites to recommend is Mare, which is a kind of like rosy, more like nudish kind of like color. It's in our Maximal formula, so it's going to be a very, very long lasting, but also very hydrating, sort of like silky matte kind of like finish. It's not going to feel dry on the lip, but it's definitely going to give you a 12-hour wear. Definitely good for brides.
Amazing. Definitely
good for anyone who's looking for a long lasting sort of like lipstick. Either that, or for people who like a more like the more rosier side of like Pillow Talk, I like the color You Wouldn't Get It. Has a little bit more pink to it, and it's not as deep as Mare. It's definitely another one of the colors that I like to recommend in comparison to Pillow Talk. But definitely one of the ones that has been the most like popular this year, I would say, would be Velvet Teddy. Which honestly is like a classic matte lipstick, but this year it's been like really, really selling quite nicely. It's kind of like a nude, a little bit with like a rosy undertone sort of like color. So I always suggest that to anyone who's looking for that kind of like rosy, like neutral sort of like color. But definitely if you want a little bit more the rosier side, Mare or You Wouldn't Get It would be the one.
So I've been working with a lot of clients with deeper skin tones recently, and I find that my lip liner is not quite dark enough. A lot of my clients really like to have a really dark lip liner and then a lighter, more natural, like almost like a gloss on the inside. What do you recommend for that?
I have definitely a couple lip liners that I would recommend for that. A couple of them being part of the newer shade selection that we have. One of the ones that I found deeper skin tones have been loving recently is a color that's called Reach For Me. It's sort of like a dark brownish, almost like plum sort of like color.
That's nice.
It's really, really nice, and on more like richer sort of skin tones, it's gonna look very natural. It's gonna look very subtle. Another one, honestly, that I've been that I feel like people have been loving is the Night Moth, which is a classic one. Has a little bit more like a purple undertone in there, so it's going to give you a little bit more color. than the Rich for Me, but it's also a very nice one.
Yeah.
Obviously your classic chestnut is a way to go, but I have found that on deeper skin tones, chestnut tends to be a little bit not enough.
Right.
So Rich for Me is like a great alternative to it. And obviously if you want to go for something that's more like avant-garde, not necessarily great for like a bride or something like that. Obviously depending on like the taste and everything, it's Caviar, which is truly like a pure black. But this kind of like just used to give you a little bit extra dimension on like specific areas of the lip, can really enhance either of the other three choices that I just gave you.
And this is a lip liner as well?
It is a lip liner as well. It's not, you can get over the little trick of like using a black eye pencil on the lip and using a formula that's meant to be put on the lip.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so let's wrap this up with you telling me what you think is like an absolute must-have in your professional kit that someone may not really think of.
Yeah. There's one product that's like my holy grail with all my clients, and it's our fast response eye cream.
I have that one.
This is like definitely like you have to have this in your kit.
Yeah.
Not only because you would definitely use it like on the under eye for a very quick depuffing of the eye, but also a lot of hydration, prevents creasing, creates a very smooth texture on the under eye. But I also love to use this for cleaning up other like mistakes with product. So as opposed to using like a micellar water or something like that, that will most likely just like take off the product fully underneath. I like to use the fast response because it's a lot like thinner and it's moisturizing on the skin as well, obviously. So as much as it is cleaning your mistake, it's also kind of like putting a bit of like skincare back in there. So when you go and touch up with your product after, the skin at the same time that you're removing your mistake, you're prepping the skin for you like fixing that mistake. I love using this to clean up eyeshadow, eyeliner, a little mascara smudge, your lip liner. I literally use it to clean up like everything.
Amazing. I wouldn't think to use it like that, so thanks for the tip.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
So that wraps up our tour around MAC on Robson. Thank you so much for showing me around.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Klaudette.mua.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe.